Now, don't say I didn't tell you so, because I most certainly told y'all so. The Dallas Cowboys just wrapped up their first preseason game against the LA Rams, and oh boy, Cowboys fans sure learned a lot today, didn't we? Let's get right into it. But first, a word from our sponsors. We've wrapped up game one, now we're on to game two, and what better way to bet on game two than by using BetUS, America's favorite sports book. Take advantage of a 125% first-time deposit bonus, experience some of the fastest payouts in the industry, and bet however you want to bet on these games. Whether you want to bet the over-under of 36.5, or whether or not they'll cover the spread of 5 points. But with BetUS, it's one of the safest and most efficient ways to bet. And there's no better time to sign up than now. So again, be sure to use my link in the description below. Now, let's get back into the program. Ladies and gentlemen, we as Cowboys fans, we found out a lot about some of the reserves on our team, some of the younger guys on our team, and about the fact that the Cowboys are about to have to pay Dak Prescott. And they're going to have to pay that man all his cheddar because they have no backup plan. Cooper Rush ain't your backup plan. Everybody knows that. And Trey Lance showed he's not ready. He's wearing a star on the side of his helmet. I am not going to trash him. That's not how I get down. But I'm going to be real with everybody and say he's not ready. He needs more reps. He needs more snaps. He needs more opportunities to actually learn how to play quarterback. And going 25 for 41 for 188 yards, your biggest weapon being your legs, and you're using your legs ill-advised. Ill-advised. You had guys running open downfield on several occasions that you were just not seeing. I'm not sure if he's seeing the field at all right now. I don't think he's looking downfield past the first second of the ball being snapped. I think Trey Lance gets his eyes down in front of him too quickly, and he sees what's going on that line, and he panics, and it causes him to make inaccurate throws. It causes him to make his throws and reads late, because many times he was late just because it just seems like he's taking a tick too long to process what's happening. Again, this is not me beating down on Trey Lance. I'm not going to make this whole entire video about Trey Lance because we got plenty of other stuff to talk about. Plenty of positives to take from this game. Plenty of positives, y'all. This is like the good, the bad, and the ugly. This was very interesting. This was very, very interesting, and Trey Lance is just not ready. He didn't make any just tremendous mistakes, but he was missing way too many routine passes. There was a pass to the corner of the end zone that he just completely overthrew his receiver on. The guy was wide open. It's a routine pass for an NFL quarterback. He's not ready to be a starter, and we all need to just relegate our minds to the fact that the Cowboys, if those of you that don't want Dak Prescott to be the starter, y'all need to just at least move to a smarter mindset of, hey, I don't want Dak to be the starter, but I also realize that Trey Lance ain't the answer either. I would just rather the Cowboys draft a new quarterback next season. I think that would be the smartest thing for them to do at this point. If you're going to either you keep Cooper Rush around or you draft another quarterback to develop behind Dak. Trey Lance is in his 4th year in the league, and this is what he looks like. This is what he looks like playing against backups. Someone that was a 3rd overall pick in his 4th year in the league. So moving on. The running back room. We need help. I think that they need to go find another running back ASAP. I don't think that Ezekiel Elliott is going to make this running game look a lot better than what it looked yesterday. Outside of one good, decent run by Rico Dowdle early in the game on one of the first couple drives, the running game was struggling. Just in general, our running backs just don't look like they're what we need out of that position. And I think the Cowboys are going to need more help. And I think it would be very wise for them to make some calls around the league and see if anybody's available, if anybody's in danger of getting cut. Call some teams with some deep running back rooms. Call the Jets. Call the Panthers. They drafted Jonathan Brooks. They still have Miles Sanders on their roster as well. Call the Panthers. See if they'll be willing to give up Miles Sanders. Make some calls because the running back room needs a little bit more juice. That's just my 2 cents on that. The receivers. It's very hard for me to even evaluate the receivers with the type of throws and passes they were receiving. So I'm going to say this right now. I cannot give you an honest evaluation of what I was seeing from the receivers based off of what we saw from Trey Lance and how he was throwing the ball. So I don't think it's fair to the receivers to really try and grade them. But beyond that, it was just kind of all over the place, and nobody really had a chance to just shine or stand out out of that receiver room. Now, I will tell you this. Our offensive linemen, we're going to be okay at left tackle. Tyler Guyton, coming off of a flu game, essentially, was far and above the best left tackle on the field yesterday. He was the best left tackle on that field. Even in pass blocking sets, he was attacking the pass rusher to the point to where he's the reason Trey Lance was able to rip that long run that he was able to rip and get most of those rushing yards. He's the reason. He moved his guy completely out of his lane, had him on the other side of the offensive line because he blocked him out of the play so hard. Tyler Guyton is going to be okay. That man plays with power. He's a behemoth. He looks huge on the screen. And that is one thing, it's one of the most positive things I took from yesterday is Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe both of those young men look like they are ready to play, and that was excellent to see. On the defensive side of the ball, the defense had themselves a day. 4 interceptions. Marquise Bell looked like he was a starter playing with backups out there. In my opinion, he was all over the field. You were seeing Marquise Bell's number and name flash everywhere. From the beginning of the game, he made his presence felt, and there was no questions about the fact that Marquise Bell was a starter last season. He looked like it, okay? He is not your average backup. That experience that he got last season and whatever work he put in this offseason, it showed up on the field because he was there in run lanes and run gaps, fitness run gaps. He was there in the pass coverage. He was there making tackles. Marquise Bell was around the ball damn near every play, it seemed like, and he was making a huge impact. Kalen Carson was quite clearly the best cornerback on the field last night. And the fact that the score was 12-13 should let you know everything you need to know about how this game went. This was a defensive masterpiece. And to me, this was an exhibit of Mike Zimmer and his genius, bro. Mike Zimmer and his genius was on full display here. And DeMarvion Overshown said this about Mike Zimmer. When you get the ball 4 to 5 times, you can run around and hit. Everybody wants to be a part of that defense. I was watching him on the sidelines. Sometimes he was just sitting back. He would see the offense come out. We didn't even look at his script and just call it defense, and the defense worked. That's one of the things I like about Coach Zim. As we're warming up preseason, he's doing the same thing. You can just tell how dialed in with everything. Bro, you know how amazing and comforting that is to hear? Is that Coach Zim was able just to see different looks coming out on the field. He didn't have to look at his play sheet. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and it showed. His guys were in position. You don't accidentally get 4 interceptions. He was calling the hell out of that game, and a lot of guys looked very good last night because of Mike Zimmer. And I have to give a nice round of applause to Marquise Bell on defense. Kalen Carson was balling on defense. Mozzie Smith, Eric Scott Jr. got himself an interception. Julius Wood, another safety on that defense. The safety room is stacked for the Cowboys. Wanye Thomas, Julius Wood, Marquise Bell, and we're not even talking about the stars Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. They didn't even play. The defense was the most impressive thing by far that I saw yesterday from the Dallas Cowboys. The backups were playing like that, and they came prepared to play it the way that they were, and everybody was getting in on it, and Dan Quinn didn't take them interceptions with him to Washington, bro. I can only imagine what this starting unit is going to look like flying around with their hair on fire. Marshawn Nealon is a bona fide NFL player. Al-Quadin Muhammad got in on the action, got himself a part of a sack with Denzel Jackson. So there was a lot to like from what we saw from the defense yesterday. I'm going to take some time and actually really look at some film over the course of the week, and we'll break this down throughout the week, and I'll just kind of have certain highlight videos for different guys. But either way, yesterday was very interesting. It taught us a lot. The first preseason game truly taught Cowboys fans a ton about their team. Some good, some bad, some amazing. But either way, we stay the same old Cowboys. And big shout out to our sponsor of this video.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.